All right, the purpose of this video is to show you exactly how our crowdfunding donation distribution formula works. And as you can see, I've got a plain blank piece of paper here, and I want you to feel free to follow along on your own sheet of paper, or you can just watch this video over and over. But I'm sure that once we go through this, you'll have a clear understanding of how this whole donation formula works. So the first thing I want you to do is go ahead and put the word you right here. Of course, that represents you. And then we're going to draw some floors up. These represent floors: the first floor, the second floor, third floor, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth. And where the number 10th is, just put an arrow pointing up, indicating that continues to go up. Now I want you to just imagine this is a staircase. These are floors. There's 3 steps in between each floor, but these are the floors: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now below you, there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are also stairs going up that you've climbed, that people are going to be climbing up. Okay? So now our whole distribution formula is based on a give then receive formula. Okay? So in order to receive from the people below you, you have to first give to the first person or to the people above you. So on this number 1, we're going to put $200. Now that $200 represents a $10 step, a $40 accelerator, a $50 step, and a $100 step, for a total of $200 for the first floor. So over here, we're going to put in floor 1 equals a total of $200 that you're going to pay it forward to. Now, by you paying that $200 forward to the person 1 step above you, that entitles you to receive on your first step below you. So we're going to team up, and we're going to find 2 other people that may have a project or a need, want, or desire that they want to raise funds for, and we will show them how to do it, and they're going to be willing to contribute $200 to your project in order for you to help them build their project. Okay, so we're going to simply say 2 times 200, because they're going to fund the first floor. So 2 times 200 equals $400. So we're going to over here put floor 1 equals 400. Notice you gave over here 200 in order to receive 400 here. So over here we're going to put project fund, pro fund, okay? And we're going to put $400 in your project fund, okay? We'll just put project instead, okay? Project fund. So we got $400 in your project fund. Now, in order for you to receive funds or donation on your second step below you, you need to first fund the second step above you. That's floor 2. Remember, these consist of 3 steps: a $20 step, a $100 step, and a $200 step, for a total of $320. Okay, so $320 is the second step. So we're going to go over here to the project fund, and we're going to minus $320 out of your project fund, so that leaves you with a total of $80 in your project fund. Okay? Now, we're going to distribute this $320. Now, our formulation, 100% of the first floor goes to the project right on the stair above you. On floors 2 through 7, it's a little bit of a different formulation. So step floors 2 through 7 equal 50%, 25%, and 25%. I'm going to show you how that works, okay? So to fund, in order for us to receive on floor 2, we got to give to 2 steps above us. $320 is what it takes to fund our floor 2. But based on this distribution formula, 50% of the $320 is $160. So $160 of the $320 is going to go to the person 2 steps above you, okay? And then 25% of the $320 is $80, so that's going to go to 2 steps above, and then $80 2 steps above. So you see how that works? 160 plus 80 plus 80 is your 320, and that funded 3 different projects above you. Okay, so now you have funded floor 2, which enables you to receive on floor 2. So we're going to say that we're going to work in a perfect world where 2 who get 2 who get 2 and so on. We're going to show you for demonstration purposes how that works. These 2 people go out and find 2 people each, so that's 4. Okay, 4 people are on your second floor, and what do they have to do in order to receive on their second floor? They have to give to the 2 floors above them, which is you. 1, 2, you're the target. So you get 50% of the 320, which is $160. So 4 times 160 is $640. So 4/2 equals 640 that you received. Remember, you gave 320 on floor 2, and you received 640 on floor 2. So let's go over here to our project fund and add 640 to the $80 that's currently there. That leaves you with $720 in your fund. Okay? Now, in order for you to receive on your third floor, you have to give to the person on the third floor. The third floor requirements are, okay, again, we're going to go just floors, and the floors now just simply double, okay? And for simple math, it's easier this way as well. So for double 320 is 640, so that's 640 for floor 3. And remember that the floors 2 through 7 are 50, 25, 25. So we're going to show you how this distributes. But we're going to take the 640 to fund floor 3 and subtract that from the 720. 640 minus 720 is $80. Again, you're now left with $80 in your project fund. But you now have funded 3 other projects with your $640. Now again, in order to receive on the third floor below you, you have to give to the third floor above you. That person right there is the target, so they get, based on this formula, 50% of 640 is $320. The person above them directly gets 25% of the 640 is $160. And this person here gets $160. As you can see, again, 320 plus 160 plus 160 is the 640 to fund floor 3, sorry. So you again have now funded floor 3 in entirety, just like floor 2 and floor 1. So these floors are checked off as funded. That enables you to receive on the third floor below you. So now when these 4 go out and get 2 each, that's 4 times 2 is 8, times $320, because again, in order for these people to receive on their third floor, they got to give to the third floor above them, which happens to be you. So that's $360, or excuse me, $320. 8 times 320 is $25.60. Okay, so floor 3 equals $25.60 that you received. So you gave $640 on floor 3, then you received $25.60 on floor 3 below you. Now, we're going to take the $25.60 over here, add it to your 80, and you now have $26.40. Okay, you see how that works? All right, now you have to fund floor 4. Okay, floor 4, again, it comprised of 3 steps. Like I said, it just doubles, so double 640 is 1,280. That is what it takes to fund floor 4. And remember, out of that 1,280 is going to be distributed 50, 25, 25. So it's going to fund 3 project managers, a total of 1,280. But again, in order for to receive on floor 4, you got to climb up 4 steps, and that's the target. That's the person that receives the 50% of the 1,280, which is $640. The person above them receives the 25%, which is $320, and then the person above him gets $320. So again, 320 plus 320 plus 640 equals 1,280. Now your 4th floor is funded. So you gave $1,280 to floor 4. So we need to go over here and subtract 1,280 from your 2,640, which leaves you $1,360 in your project fund after funding 4 floors and receiving on 3 floors. But now that you've funded floor 4, you can now receive on floor 4. So floor 4, again, following a 2 who get 2, 8 get 2 is 16 times the target, which is 50% of 1280, is $640. So it's 16 times 640 is $10,240. So floor 4 equals $10,240 that you received on floor 4. So you take that 10,000 over here, add it to your fund, 10,240. That gives you a total of $11,600 in your project fund after funding floor 4s above you and receiving from floor 4s below you. Now, this is where it gets really exciting here, okay? The 5th floor, okay? The 5th floor, again, double 1280 is 2560. That's 3 steps of donations totaling 2560 that get distributed this way, 50%, 25%, 25%. So first we're going to take the 2560, subtract that from our total, which leaves us now $9,040 in our project fund after we have funded floor 5. Now we're going to distribute this 2560. In order to receive from floor 5 below us, you have to fund floor 5 above you. So half of 2560 is 1280, and 25% of 1280 is 640 and 640. Okay, I think you're understanding how this works. 640 plus 640 plus 1280 is 2560. So now floor 5 is funded and it's already subtracted. So now, since we gave on floor 5, we're now able to receive on floor 5. And again, following the 2 who get 2 who get 2, you have 16 times 2 is 32 times the target price of 1280, okay, equals, now this is again where the numbers start to get ridiculous. $40,960 is what you have received on floor 5. So floor 5 equals 40,960. We're going to take that, add it to our 9,040. Okay, so 40,960, and guess what? That comes up to an even $50,000 flat. Now, stay with me. We've got 2 more stairs, okay, to climb. Floor 6, okay, is, again, double 2560 is 5120. So in order for us to fund and contribute to floor 6, and we're going to have 5120 subtracted from the 50,000. So 5120 subtracted, that leaves us 44,880 in our project fund, okay? And floor 6 is funded, and now we're going to distribute that again, the 50, 25, 25. So 50% in order to receive on floor 6 below you, you have to give to floor 6 above you, and it's distributed again, 50, 25, 25. So 50% of 5120 is 2560, goes to this person, and 1280 goes to this person, and 1280 goes to this person. Now, down here, again, following 2 by 2, these 32 people get 2 people, that's 64 people times the target price of 50%, okay, is 50% of 5120 is 2560. Now, 64 times 2560 is $163,840 on floor 6. That's $163,840. Add that over here to your project fund, 840, and that leaves you a total of $208,720 in your project fund. Now, we're going to do one more step, okay? We're going to fund floor 7. Floor 7 is, again, double the steps. 5120 is $10,240 that we have to fund 3 different project managers on the floors above us in order to receive on our floor 7. So we're going to take the $10,240, subtract that from our fund, okay, our project fund, right over here, 10,240. That leaves us 198,480 in our project fund after we have funded floor 7. Now again, we're going to distribute this 10,240. In order for us to receive on floor 7s below us, we have to give to the floor 7 above us, which is the target price, 50%, 25%, 25%. So half of 10,240 is 5120 here, and then 2560 goes to this person, and 2560 goes to this person. Now all 7 floors have been funded. You have successfully climbed 21 steps to reach the top of the stairs, and you have funded a total of a little over $20,000 to the projects above you. A little over, it's 20,000 and change. If you just add all these up, it's a little over $20,000. Okay, that's how much you funded. And now let's go down here and take the 2 by 2 by 2, 64 times 2 is 128 people, times the target price of 5120 equals, get this. Now, this is crazy, I know. It's 655,360. So floor 7 is 655,360. You take that, add it to your 198, 6,500, or 655,360, plus your 198 leaves you with $853,840. Okay, that is what you have received by following this distribution formula. Now, that's just simply, and I want you to understand, that's just the start. And yes, these numbers are astounding. But this number does not, this number right here, does not even include the 25% of the 2 steps. When you take that into consideration, that puts you over $1 million